If you are a developer, your only job is to do things as fast as possible and as efficient as possible every day. Your goal is to save time, guys. And if you spend 12 hours a day coding, you're doing it wrong, okay? And this is what I want to talk about in this video. But before, thank you so much for being here. My name is G. You are on my secondary channel. I got a main YouTube channel called Code with Guillaume with 180k followers. I teach a lot of people to code, to start coding. And in this channel, I just post raw vlogs, raw videos about my life, and I talk about a lot of stuff. And especially about the tech industry and the web development, because it's been 15 years that I'm in this industry. I've been a CTO of several startups. And if you like to get advice, if you like to follow my life, you can just subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. So basically, every day when you wake up, if you are a developer, you go to your computer, you take a look at your pull request on GitHub, you take a look at the issues, and you need to, if it's your work, you need to tackle all of these issues. And if it's your product, if it's your startup, it's exactly the same. You know what you have to do. You basically have a roadmap. You know exactly what you need to do every day. The thing is that IT exists to save time. IT exists just to do the work on you, okay? You don't have to work if the machine works for you, right? Let's get an example. Let's say that you have a library that is sending emails for you. It's sending emails for you because you don't want to go every day on the computer, press enter to send email to every customer of a list. Would be totally dumb, especially if you got 10 million customers. You're not going to click on enter every day, okay? The library is here for that. That's what code exists for. So if you want to apply that to everything in your life, I'm pretty sure that 99 of you don't apply this kind of mentality to everything. You like to spend a lot of time on tasks, a lot of time on coding, on doing stuff where the machine could code for you. So let me give you a disclaimer at this point of the video, because I see a lot of people using AI to code every day, and I use AI too, right? I use AI just for chunks of code, and I like to organize myself the code because I don't trust AI so much on very good practices like patterns and stuff that help you to build a strong code base for later. Because that's the problem when you use Lovable, Bolt, and Claude and all those tools, they are going to generate a lot of junk, okay? And one day you will have to come back to it, and this is going to be a mess. And most of the time, that's what happened to me, by the way. As a freelancer, I had a lot of work this year, and this week also, I had a lot of work about fixing AI code, right? So that's what you want to do. Every day you want to save time. And until the moment you understand that, you're going to lose a lot of time. That's a basic mistake of a lot of developers right now on the market, and especially junior developers. It has been my mistake for a long time, so I hope I'm going to save you time if I'm saying this to you. And you're a junior developer, you don't code since a long time like I do. You definitely shouldn't spend your day coding. You should spend your time researching. Go on NPM, go on GitHub, read articles, try to find the best practices, the best packages. This is actually your job as a developer, okay? If you don't enjoy it, if you prefer to spend your time trying to do stuff by yourself on your code editor, that's fine, but you gotta know something. You gotta know that you're never gonna progress as fast as a developer who learns. You need to learn, okay? So right now there's a lot also of builders here. There's not a lot of developers, there's a lot of builders. And builders started coding a year ago, 2 years ago, okay? They probably never watched my channel, Code with Guillaume, and that's totally fine. I got a message for you guys. If you want to build a product from scratch, really fast, just try to make it as simple as possible. And I know I repeat that in every video. I don't want to be boring for all the already subscribers that are here, because if you don't do so, you're doing it wrong. And there's a lot of developers, even the one who got experience, they didn't reach such a level of maturity where they understood that. So I'm not saying that I'm more mature than every senior developer that are going to watch this video, but even after 15 years of experience, I start to understand how deep this subject is and how bad I am at it. The goal is not to produce code. The goal is not to write code as much as possible. Quality over quantity, every day. This is why AI is wrong. AI is wrong because it's a generative AI. It produces a lot of code. And that's the goal of these AI companies. They are trying to deliver as many code as possible because in the builder's mind, more code we have, more features we have, more money we will get. But that's not true at all. It's not because an app got a lot of features that it's going to generate a lot of money. AI is doing it wrong because of the decisions of their makers. But their makers are not dumb, guys. They understood what wants the market. And the market, it's not necessarily the experienced developers who know that quantity over quality, that quality over quantity is the rule, okay? They know that people want a lot of code generated. Because that's the business, right? That's the business. People pay and they want the AI to generate code for them. It's gonna take time, probably, for the AI to really assimilate all the best patterns, all the best ways to do things. But the question is now, are they very good patterns over all of them? Not really. And that's why we got probably here a problem. So let's come back to the initial topic. We're gonna come back to that just after you're gonna see. As a developer, I think you should code maximum 2 or 3 hours a day with the help of AI. The rest of the day, you need to learn, you need to look for solutions, etc., etc. Okay? But here, the issue that we got is that there's not one way of coding a web application or a software, okay? There's several ways, and all these ways, they lead generally to the same result, which is a software, that delivers a service, a solution. Some of them are faster, some of them are not. That's very counterintuitive, but you should never focus on the last solution, because at some point, the machines that we have today, you can have the same result even if you have a bad code base or a good code base. This is not for the final results that we do that. We do that for the company and most of the time for the developers themselves. Why? Because the developers, these are the people that are going to get back on the project when there will be a new feature, a new product, a new service to deliver. And if you do a lot of shit, sorry to say that, if you do a lot of shit, the guy that is going to come after you will have to clean your shit. And it's going to take more time and it's going to be more expensive for the company. So the more the company is going to earn money and the code base is bad, more the spending is going to go up and more the client or the boss or you, if it's you, will have trouble to maintain the product and to create new features for it. So right now what I'm talking about is very far from a lot of people that are using AI to build because it's really early right now for a lot of builders. But a lot of builders are also doing it wrong. They should have a very simple product at first because AI is not made to make production-ready product. It's made to make MVP-ready product. And that's the difference. If you don't know what is an MVP, it's a minimum viable product. It's just a product here to validate the market, to see if clients are buying. And after that, when you get clients, you decide or not to pursue. If you decide to pursue, this is the moment you are going to work on a production level app. And at this step, you need to use AI carefully. Okay? Exactly like I do today, I just use AI to generate chunks of code I already know, I can debug, and I can publish actually directly into my app. All right, so that's the thing. Builders are doing it wrong, AI is doing it wrong, and developers are doing it wrong. I think those three fields are exactly the same person. It comes from the human. And only the human can change things at this state, right? Only you can decide to acquire a new way of thinking, because it's going to help you so much in the future. You're going to earn way more money and you're going to have way more experience to sell your services if you're a freelancer, for example, or to maintain your app, your product, if you got a SaaS, for example. Thank you for listening to me. See you later, my friend. Bye.